Hello there, my beautiful Libra energies. Welcome back to my Tarot Nook. How are you doing? I hope all is well for you and life has been treating you great. So, Libra, let's check in and see what's going on with you during this time that you're stopping by for this reading. It is the last day of the full moon during the month of August. Today is August 21, 2024. So, the reading is going to tap into some moon energies for you, as well as see what comes beyond that. Okay, so starting like tomorrow, for example, forward, we'll see how the moon is going to impact or what the moon is wanting you to know and let go of. Okay. All right. Thank you so much again for joining me and for being amazing and awesome supporters of the channel. I do sincerely appreciate you all so much. Okay. So let's see what we have here for you. We got the Eight of Pentacles here for you in the reverse. All right, for what energies are amplified right now around you. We also have the Ten of Cups for what it is you need to let go or move on from or grow, you know, like basically let go of the present onto the future. We also have, excuse me, the High Priestess is here, all right, for the opportunities that are around. We also have Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Cups is in reverse. All right. We also have, wow, the Emperor's here. And then Temperance card. Quite a bit of major arcanas are showing up here for you. All right, Libra. It just, let me see here. Light. There we go. Feels like there's a lot of introspection taking place here for you. Could be just kind of pushing for some type of balance and harmony at all levels of like your current life or like your journey. With the Temperance card showing up, overall energy, I feel like you're in a place where like you're seriously blending like spiritual parts of who you are and what you want to become, and like really looking for ways to live in like a harmonious like frequency, something that you kind of enjoy, you know, approaching things with like a calm mind or a calm mindset at least. And I feel like, you know, some of you here, you could be meditating or you might start meditating soon, you know, getting some like practices in place for yourself. Just something that resonates for you, something that puts you in a good place. It could be anything, any form of meditation, prayer, anything. But whatever it is, I feel like if you give yourself that time to kind of, you know, like mindfully and purposely and with intention do it, you know, you're gonna find even like more peace, if you will, like with yourself at least, you know. In terms of relationships, I feel like, you know, you're trying to again look for some type of balance, you know, not giving too much, not taking too much, not, you know, like just making sure things are, you know, balanced. No surprise, you know, Libra, you know, you guys are always trying to look at things from a very fair perspective. Even if you aren't fair, you are still looking at it from a fair perspective at all times. So it's not like you should be perfectly fair or perfectly unfair at all. No, none of that. But you know, it could just be like, you know, the wine, patience here, patience, you know, Musa. You know, some of you guys might be digging too deep into the bottle of wine here and still like pouring from one cup to the other to make sure that both cups are equally shared here. Both of you and this person might need some wine, but you know, do stuff that resonates with your soul, you know, whatever, create mantras or something like that. In terms of career though, I feel like, you know, there's maybe work there's been some kind of like hecticness, so just, you know, again, take the time out to yourself, take a breather, enjoy a glass of wine or something if you have it. Just balance things out, you know, like again, keep things like for example, keep your savings balanced with your checking, like don't overflow the one and like limit the other. Just allow things to be scaled and balanced, like just be mindful of that, I guess. You know, and because, you know, things can go in any direction, so it just comes across that way. So I feel like the issue here, like in the broadly speaking, with your overall energy is just like maybe too much compromise is taking place or not enough, okay? And also maybe feeling like you're losing the sense of self, like giving too much to everybody around you, but not taking like that, again, that step back to take a breath, to, you know, to kind of realign with yourself. Like, so don't forget to connect with yourself, I guess, is a different message that I just fixed it. I was like, why is everything crooked? Anyways, so I was looking over there. All right, so with the Eight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, This is essentially what's amplified at this time. You know, I feel like you're feeling like your spiritual path is like lacking. Maybe you're feeling disappointed or feeling like a little bit of a setback, that you're not, you know, you're not in a place where you're thinking and you're like your time to like your own inner growth has kind of been stalling a little bit. Maybe you're a little disappointed in that. So some of you are perhaps having like some doubts in your current path, but you almost like you're already know the answer, like mindfulness and meditation, something along those lines, right? But essentially here also with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like, you know, it's time to just reassess things, because it is a Virgo card and it is usually associated with the sun. And so I feel like, you know, this when it's in the upright and things are right for you, things are usually very peaceful again, very calm, very like charming and like luck driven. So, you know, you just kind of, I feel like, need to like reorganize your thoughts here, and, you know, reassess the things that you're doing, and then see if you need to change something just for your own self though. Like, you're in control of it, you know, you don't, like, nobody's in charge of that. Like, you know, some of you, in terms of relationships with the Pentacles itself and it being the Eight, maybe there's not enough recognition right now, or maybe there's not enough balance. Feels like maybe somebody's doing a little more than the other person. Somebody once sees or understands success a certain way versus the other, in terms of how things should be. But there could be some frustrating times right now here. And I feel like this could make you feel like, some of you, like, you could feel underappreciated or maybe stuck in the relationship or something. And I feel like there could be just, again, overworked is showing up again. I'm doing a little too much and just kind of spreading too thin here. So I feel like, you know, there could be kind of dissatisfaction even at work. You know, you're just kind of showing up to do what you got to do. Like, you know, like there's just so much work to be done. And it just, you know, it's like with every kind of pentacle, there's an idea that comes through and there's something that could change. So it's like, you know, it's just kind of like some things are kind of like permanent right now, but other things can change, but they're going to need work, okay, in terms of the pentacles itself, all right? You know, it does feel like there's a burnout, not gonna lie, all right? And I feel like just to reevaluate, kind of consider like maybe, you know, shifting something, changing something, starting something, learning something, figuring something out. Like, allow yourself that time, you know, that you would have, and then put yourself in those buckets if you can, just to kind of see what other options, so that you don't feel stuck. The Ten of Cups is here for what to release. All right, this is a Pisces energy. Okay, so I feel like, you know, maybe some of you may be a little disappointed that things have been disharmonious, in the spiritual sense, or in the sense of like peace, or just where things were once were, things are just, you know, a little kind of chaotic. But I feel it's so cute. I feel like it's more of a positive thing, because like right now it's coming through as, hey, maybe, yeah, it is time to kind of reconnect with your spiritual self. Get back on it. Like, don't forget your spiritual line, you know. So this is kind of a nice calling card for that message, in terms of like what to release, let go, for the need to kind of find the perfect path in that sense, and just continue on a spiritual path nonetheless, all right? And then just like understand that the spiritual growth can also be messy. Like, you know, it's not always going to be the like perfect, even though we want things to be perfect, okay? You know, in terms of romance, there could be some kind of, again, idealistic expectations taking place, and we are talking about what we need to let go overall. And so because we're talking about that as a message, I feel like, you know, high expectations of perfectionism or anything that comes along, like, you know, they got to be perfect, something's got to be in a perfect way, whether it's you, you know, in your mindset, or the energy that's around you, you're gonna need to come to like some realistic lines here, okay? Like technically, like, true love, you know, involves accepting perfections and imperfections. But it's, if something is and this is a card of happiness, wholeness, completion. But if things are happy and the emotions are flowing, the relationship is there, and there's a budding, like, you know, like the rainbow, and there's happiness, then, you know, you need to kind of capitalize on that, okay? You know, and again, in terms of like expectations, when it comes to wholeness, the best wholeness thing you can have right now is your actual, like the family, or the people that you're with, or the relationship that you're in, because everything else feels like a little noisy on the outside, like the work that needs to get done, and the balancing of things, all right? So just basically kind of, you know, the disappointments can be there for some reasons, but the expectations, if they're balanced, there's no such thing as perfect. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, and yeah, so find joy in the moments. And I feel like you do have that opportunity where you are finding joy in the moments, okay? So let's go on over here to the High Priestess. In terms of new opportunities, okay, so I feel like, you know, there's a spiritual awakening is like right around the corner for you. You're going through some type of a karmic life, like cycle of some sort. Or you could be going through some type of a life journey, like a very visible lesson that's like kind of staring you in the face, so you're picking up on a lot of that. And I feel like in that sense, you know, like there's a spiritual growth here that's taking place, but at the same time you're going to be exploring different ways to connect, like we were literally just talking about earlier. Wow. So there's going to be like, you know, you're going to like enhance and advance your intuition, your intuitive practices here. So I feel like you're exploring the divination like from a different level. You're taking some type of a different path because you're trying to deepen. You're not like separating from, and you're not dismissing something over the other, but I feel like you're more expanding your capacity to like learn at the spiritual level how things are for you, or where you would like for them to be. You know, in terms of relationships, I feel like you should just trust your instincts here, especially in social interactions. If someone's trying to, you know, sabotage you, if someone's trying to put you at risk, if somebody's trying to do anything, just be very aware and tuned into that. There could be some, you know, level of like profound realizations here that might come through, but kind of keep yourself guarded. I feel like trusting your instincts here is a very strong message, because where your intuition takes you is where you're going to find that you were meant to be, and where you're meant to, you know, like be connected at that time. So keep that in mind, because the High Priestess is just really more on the intuitive internal side. It's got a moon element to it, and of course, you know, it aligns with the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So keep that in mind as well. So, you know, I feel like some of you, though, you know, somebody's ignoring their gut feeling, which is why I feel like trusting the intuition is really super important. And it's interestingly, again, the High Priestess, the Temperance, even the Emperor is right here. But like even with these two here, we're already talking about, you know, putting yourself in a meditative state, trust your intuition, let it guide your decisions. You know, get yourself back out, to who you are, the power that you have within you, and all that. Okay, so be very like strong when it comes to that. All right. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups here in reverse. All right. I feel like there's, again, a sense of emotional immaturity is coming in as a problem or concern for some of you. All right. Maybe somebody's rushing into some things here, not thinking ahead, not focusing, not paying attention. We have a Scorpio Libra energy with this card here, the Page of Cups. So there's that. And I also feel like, you know, there's just right now, there's just like emotional introspection and healing is important. Healing, temperance, the star can bring healing, temperance can bring balance and harmony, which is something I feel like you're trying to kind of grab a hold of and like rebalance for yourself. All right. Also with the page, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, it's like you have to reflect, you have to take a step back and reflect on like the emotional needs. Okay, not seeking like new paths, but just reflecting on the needs. That way, like you're not just like moving away or separating from something. But I feel like this might mean like you have to focus on emotional healing rather than the spiritual exploration, because for some of you, you could be in a place where the emotional needs and the emotional availability are like maybe not like aligning well, and they need to be like properly aligned, you know, something along those lines. You know, and I also feel like in terms of like love or just whatever, the biggest message here is like self-love and exploring the self and loving the self. And just, you know, focus on existing relationships and not new ones. Don't try to go and create new things. Or the message might be that if you're interested in something new or something different, that's not where the focus should be. The focus should be what's in front of you, with this page showing up in the reverse. Okay. Also in terms of work, I feel like, you know, be very kind of mindful with your financial blessings, because you know, not the time to go invest or like give people your money or put your money in places where it can be with you for other things. Okay. But also I feel like for a lot of you, whether it's work, life, home projects, or whatever is a project that's taking place, it's kind of time to kind of consolidate the process to see where your time and money and your resources need to go in terms of anything that you're doing, so you're not over exhausting yourself like the cards are showing so far. Okay, so now with the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse, you know, there's some regrets here over some missed opportunities are showing up for you. Could be financial instability as well. There's just some kind of a setback right now, but I feel like the answer here with the Ace of Pentacles is coming strong as like reflect on the issues to find the solutions so that like you can make wiser choices, than focusing more on stability versus anything else. I feel like right now there could be a lack of stability with the ace showing up in reverse. I do feel like for a lot of you, there could be some financial decision here that you're reflecting on that could impact your career. Some of you may be looking to get for promotion, looking to start a new job, or are about to get offered or enter a new opportunity here where you're going to have an abundance of income coming your way. But in the reverse, there's just going to be a little bit of like that kind of a delay, and more it's going to be like, hey, don't jump into like we're talking about with the Page of Cups with emotions. But when it comes to financial stability, don't jump into like a yes before you like know everything that you need to know, even if it takes you time. So just kind of be very mindful, I guess, of that. In terms of your connection or like a relationship here, I feel like, there's some of you here, this is kind of coming out strong, more finances than anything for whatever reason. So I'm just going to focus on it from that message. Your current relationship could also be dealing with financial, it could be affected by financial issues, or financial issues are affecting your relationship at this time for some of you. But this is again kind of like a message where don't mix finance with love, or don't, like, there's happiness to be sought, there's a life to be had, there's excitement, there's all that stuff. But like some things, they could become like very stressful for no reason. So think of it from the stress level, because it's not like, it's a choice, so the choices are made. It's just the current situation could require, more focus on a plan or a strategy. The Emperor, I like the card, I like that it's here, I really do. I feel like for a lot of you, there could be just kind of right now, the issues kind of come through lack of control or lack of flexibility over control. Like just something needs to kind of really, really be refined and looked at in a certain way and kind of maintained. It's just coming across that way. But essentially, there's a balance here for everything, because authority can be balanced with empathy, so understanding. And so that's why communication is also really important, because the Emperor is a very logical approach-minded person. It's an Aries sign, by the way. I feel like a lot of you here with the High Priestess, the Temperance, and the Emperor, you're going to be taking high control here. High, fast, quick control here of your spiritual path. You're going to get yourself back on track, okay? You're going to get back on that. You're going to take control of that journey, all right? But you're going to be setting your own rules here for your own self, all right? And I feel like this could be kind of, again, doing stuff that suits you versus doing something that you think is, maybe create your own, like I said, mantra earlier, it could just be as easy as that. In terms of the relationships here, I feel like some of you here, just leading with a tough heart, with a firm hand, but a soft heart or something like that. Like you're balancing compassion with empathy, but also kind of there's boundaries here that need to be set. So I feel like for a lot of you here, this could be like, maybe there could be some rules that are necessary, or just kind of take some things and kind of make them to where the family or the experience or the relationship or the situationship that you're dealing with has like, like peaceful outcomes versus stressful setbacks. So I feel like because this reading kind of centers for you a lot on peace and harmonizing yourself, realigning, reconnecting with yourself. Okay, yeah. And so even the Emperor and the Temperance kind of have this connection as well, where suggesting the balance of patience and control. So like you're learning to kind of lead with grace now. Like you're you're being tested, but you're leading with grace. You're doing it well. You're doing it correctly. You're doing it right. Eight of Pentacles or the Ace of Pentacles, both were also in the reverse here. So there's just a sense here to kind of reassess things, reevaluate things, and see how you want things to be for your own like work, especially where work is concerned. Also like your financial settings. And this could just be like just having a new approach to something. Some of you, literally could be like, getting a promotion, shifting something, getting accommodated for something that's going to work out. But there's going to have to be some planning here taking place for it. Okay. So I feel like there's just quite a bit going on for you during this reading, Libra. But let me know how you're doing. Let me know if the reading resonated for you. I appreciate your time so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Of course, I have to say it. And I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.